Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says Nigeria's exchange rate regime remains a subject of concern which needs to be redressed. Osinbajo expressed this view in his address at the opening of the 28th Nigerian Economic Summit (NES), where he represented President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja.
Of course, our exchange rate regime remains an issue of some concern. The discussions that we must have, shorn of sentiments, is how best to manage the situation by finding a mechanism for increasing supply and moderating demand, a mechanism which will be transparent and which will boost confidence. And I'm sure that we can, recall that the central bank has in many, some years back, been able to do so by means that were not necessarily perfect. Your interbank foreign exchange market, for example, retail dot option system, wholesale dot option system, all of these price discovery mechanisms, which at least were transparent, evident for all to see, and they worked. So I think that what we should be looking for is not necessarily any perfect rules, but we must certainly prevent a situation where we have the kind of arbitrage that we have. And the way to do that is really to increase supply. Demand management, obviously from everything that we've seen, is not working. It is important that we focus on increasing supply. This will boost confidence. It will increase the confidence of local business. It will increase the confidence of our foreign investors as well.
The two-day summit with the theme 2023 and Beyond: Priorities for Shared Prosperity was organized by the Nigerian Economic Summit Group (NESG) in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Finance. The Vice President said that real improvements had been seen in the non-oil revenues, but focus must be on productivity or encouraging.
We've already seen real improvements, as I've mentioned, in non-oil revenues, but our focus must now be on productivity or encouraging value addition. Productivity and value addition means creation of traceable value, tradable value. It means jobs and opportunities, and it means more tax revenue. To increase productivity, we must free up our environment for business.
The Vice President urged that measures must be put in place to boost confidence and increase inflows of foreign exchange, while urgent steps should be taken to control inflation.
I also think that it is time for us to look at the other issues that must concern us and require urgent action. Inflation, for example, needs to be tackled head-on because it is both, as economists will say, a tax on the poor, and of course it disrupts long-term growth. Inflation, as has been said, and I think one or two have mentioned it, is in our country today is partly structural, arising from infrastructural deficiencies, etc. But then there's an aspect that is also caused by increased money supply, imported inflation, and depreciation of the naira. In addition, therefore, to the monetary measures that have already been undertaken by the Central Bank of Nigeria, we will need to increase domestic production of food, because food inflation, as you know, is a major component of that basket that shows us exactly where our inflation is headed.